From funnels to streams. For over a half-century, buying has typically been framed in terms of a hierarchy of effects model, moving a prospect from awareness to interest to desire to action. The AIDA formula and its many variants are the basis, often the unconscious basis, for sales activities and organization in most firms. It's fundamentally an inside-out process, and customer relationship management, CRM systems, are there to provide data about progression, or not, through that company's funnel, the pipeline metrics that dominate talk about sales in books, blogs, training seminars, and coaching initiatives. But research, and probably some reflection on your own experience, indicates a different buying reality. Rather than moving sequentially through a funnel, buyers now work through parallel activity streams to make a purchase decision. Let's label those activity streams as explore, evaluate, engage, experience. Buying is a process of parallel streams, not a linear funnel. Explore. Here, buyers identify a need or opportunity and begin looking for ways to address it, usually via interactions with potential vendors and, as in the consumer auto market, self-directed information search on the Internet. Activating a need can be instigated by internal triggers. For example, a system breaks, a car or other machine wears out, a process fails, a new initiative is born. External triggers include regulatory mandates. For example, the impact of the Affordable Care Act on healthcare insurance purchasing, new technologies or markets, or perhaps advertising and sales promotion. Evaluate. Buyers take a closer look at options uncovered while defining the need or opportunity, again leaning heavily on self-directed search, peer interactions, and sales representatives from potential vendors. This activity is not primarily about determining the specific product or service they will buy, but about determining the best approach and pathway. For example, build versus buy, own versus lease, etc. Buyers are comparing multiple options, identifying the solution type, and winnowing the options to a shortlist. Consider buying a car. Consumers now do lots of online research. U.S. auto buyers on average spend about 13 hours online researching car models prior to purchase, and about 3.5 hours at dealerships. Yet most cars are still bought at dealerships. For example, less than 1% of the 40 million used cars sold in the United States in 2018 were online sales, and less than 5% of new cars. But because auto shoppers can access prices, product reviews, and other information online, their buying behavior is changing. For example, more than 50% will leave the dealership if a test drive is required to get the list price of the vehicle. Nearly 40% will not patronize a dealer whose website doesn't list vehicle prices, and about 40% will leave the dealership if prices aren't posted on the vehicles. Engage. Buyers initiate further contact with providers to get help in moving toward a purchase decision. Depending on the market and product category, this might involve downloading a white paper or other form of content marketing, sending out a formal request for proposal, RFP, in many B2B markets, or, as they say in the ad business, initiating a bake-off between competing vendors. But in the 21st century, engage activities don't necessarily start and stop with the sales rep. Buyers interact with others in the selling organization. Indeed, another impact of websites, blogs, chatbots, and social media has been to make the seller's organization more visible to buyers. They value interactions with people in product and/or service, and they expect the rep to orchestrate that interaction purposefully. Experience. A formal buying decision is made, and buyers use the product, perhaps in pilots or proof-of-concept trials for new technologies, and develop perceptions about its value. As services become a bigger part of economies, and as software becomes more